This is a video about changing your cursor effects in Camtasia Studio. So let me zoom in here. Often when you're doing a software demo, you want to highlight the cursor when you've done a screencast. So I'm presuming you've already done the screencast and you've watched the video on how to do a screencast in Camtasia. And then now you want to actually highlight the cursor or show different things about the cursor to highlight what you're doing. So here's my screencast, you can see it here. And I want to then just click on cursor effects or go to tools and then cursor effects. Again, if the cursor effects is hidden down here as one of the icons, you may have to click on the more button here. So you can actually animate the cursor getting larger or smaller with this add animation button, and it works exactly like your animation button that you use in the other cases. When we've talked about animating an image or anything like that. But rather than show you that, let me just talk about the basic thing. Let's suppose that you want to show your cursor as larger so that when you're doing a software demo, the user can follow the cursor more easily. The easiest thing to do is to change the cursor size. Just click on the slider here, and you can see the cursor size changing in the window. Okay, you can hide the cursor if you want to. And then there's a couple other effects that you can work with here. So the ones that I find most useful are one showing a clicking effect. So what this will do is if you switch it from none to rings or warp or ripple, it will, and these sliders here will change the properties. It will show a kind of little effect when you actually click, so that the user, when they're watching the video, can see where you've clicked and whether you've left clicked or right clicked. So you can change it for the left click and the right click and have different colors and different shapes. And then you can also change the clicking sound effect. So you can make it for a left click have a different sound effect than the right click, and you can make the sound effect more muted with a laptop click or more pronounced with a mouse click. Okay? So and again, you can animate properties in case that you want the cursor to be normal sized and then later on you want it to be large. So for example, let me just go through that really quick. Let's suppose I have my cursor size that is normal size, which you can see is very hard to see, and I can click add animation, and then if I go down here you can see the cursor animation in my timeline. Okay, so you can shorten it or lengthen it, and then you can grow it. Okay, so now let's watch that cursor animation as the video plays. Okay, so let me delete this cursor, and then let me delete that one so it'll stay. Okay, there you go. So there, now the cursor got larger or smaller during the animation. So and you can animate any of the properties. I find that less useful. Most of the time I want the cursor large for the whole video or non-existent for the whole video, but it's still maybe sometimes useful if for some of the software demo you want to see the cursor very large, and for other parts of the software demo you want the cursor hidden. Okay, so super easy way to change your cursor size in Camtasia Studio.